Hey everyone, it's finally time to try the Pyrebreaker with my Shadowhunter class. But before that, let me show you my design. I wasn't a big fan of that costume before, but in fact when you equip it, you look so badass. I love that. Look at that. That design is pretty cool. Send me a picture of your design on my Discord. The link is in the description below. I'm curious to know what you are using. Look at that. I am taking the entire screen almost. And no, if you want to know, I have nothing to compensate. Okay, so let's first concentrate on PvP. I'm gonna try to beat my friend DS Eli. He changed his name, so now barcode? Okay, so let's practice. He has a bit more power than I, and we are gonna try the difference with and without the Pyrebreaker. Let's find out. First attempt. He is a warrior, I'm a Shadowhunter. First battle, I was able to win, but it's not always the case. In fact, it's 50-50 in my opinion, if I remember correctly. So we are gonna check that again. There we go, he had the two clones, he had an advantage, and he was close to die. Let's practice a third time. And okay, that was better for him. Let's try a fourth time. And he won again. So no, it's more like 75% chance to win for him. For now, without the Pyrebreaker on my account. And if you want to know, for now, I am using the Cloud Drifter for the skill. So now, let's check on that event. I have 2 attempts, so I'm gonna start with that one. The second clone, nope. I don't have it, so I'm gonna retry until I have the second clone, thanks to the Eye of Raven artifact, as always, so I have a way better score. I have the 2 clones, okay, so this is the score I can have, 100, 120, 122k. And if we check in my family, in the Blazing Cave, this is the score I was able to get right before having the Pyrebreaker, 138k. In the Soul Trial, I'm currently stuck. I am top 4 of my server. But this is really close. Everybody is stuck at the same position. So let's try that without the Pyrebreaker. Yeah, this is the result with only 1 clone. So now if I retry until I have the second clone. So there we go, I have the 2 clones and look at the difference on the boss. He lost way more HP than before, but I'm still not able to beat him. And we are gonna check as well the Dark Trials. I'm currently facing an archer and we are gonna see how much damage can I inflict to him. So with only 1 clone, there we go, okay? I'm not able to beat him. Let's try with the 2 clones. There we go, I have the 2 clones. And he kills me right before the end. So now it's time to buy the Pyrebreaker. There we go. So first of all, I have to unlock it, and then I'm gonna have 10% more ignore evasion forever on my account. And then if I want to use the skill, I have to click on that button to have the crit rate and crit damage increase over time. So let's go back in PvP and try that fight again. Am I gonna do something better? And no, did you see that? Same result as before. Let's try one more time. He had a shield, and no, I am dying all the time. And that time, I won. He is taking a lot of damage, and so am I. Let's try another time. Okay, I was able to beat him, but it was really close, and I lost, okay? So it's almost equivalent as before. I'm gonna use the Cloud again, but that time I have more ignore evasion, so maybe it's gonna be better. Let's try a few times. Yeah, look at that. Thanks to the skill damage I had, he took way more damage at the beginning, but I still lost the battle. So let's try another time. There we go, you're not disarmed anymore. He died. Okay, let's try a third time. Okay, there we go. And that time, he defeated me. So, it's completely random. It doesn't matter for PvP if you have that mount or another. This is gonna be close all the time. But the permanent stats are cool in my opinion. And by the way, I'm gonna ride that mount because I prefer that mount. So in fact, you can ride the mount, this is only the decoration, you are gonna have that skin, then you have to decide the skill you wanna use. I want to use that one, so you just have to click on the use button over there, and once you have the mount, you always have that buff on your account. Okay, so let's use again that mount because I have the same result in PvP when I use the Cloud Drifter or the Pyrebreaker, but on a boss fight, probably it's gonna do way better than before. So let's try to beat that score. 122k billion damage. There we go, I have the 2 clones. Am I gonna have more than before? And no. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I would have better, but the difference is huge. So maybe I wasn't lucky to crit all the time, but normally I should have more crit over time, so it should be better than before, right? Because I also have more crit damage. Or maybe that the crit damage is a flat crit damage increase, so I'm just gonna have like 10% more every second. And so it's not making a big difference in fact. I wish we could have a look to these stats during the battle to check if it is right or not. Because let's be honest, after 5 seconds, having only 50% more crit damage, this is clearly not a big increase. Okay, so let's retry the Blazing Cave. I have that score to beat. Is it gonna be doable or not? There we go, I have the 2 clones. Am I gonna have more than before? And it seems like I won't. And no, it's way worse. Same damage difference as in the Abyss. 20k. This is a huge difference. So in fact, the Cloud Drifter increasing your attack by 20% for 5 seconds seems to be better than having only a bit more crit rate and crit damage over time. I thought the Pyrebreaker for my archer class would be better, so in fact in the past I was right to go first for the Cloud Drifter. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so now let's try that boss again. Am I gonna be able to beat him if I have the 2 clones? This is the damage with 1 clone only. There we go, I have the 2 clones. And this is a bit worse than before when I had the Cloud Drifter. I feel a bit disappointed. I was expecting better from that mount. So let's try in the Soul Trial. 1 clone only, half HP only on the boss. There we go, I have the 2 clones. Okay, I had a lot of stun on him, so maybe I'm gonna be able to beat him. And no, he stunned me and I wasn't able to beat him, but it was a bit better than before. So in fact, having the Cloud Drifter or having the Pyrebreaker is pretty close in terms of result at the end in PvP or in PvE. But versus bosses, apparently having the Cloud Drifter, even if you are an archer, looks better than having the Pyrebreaker on a long fight. And then we have Grumpy Big Head, but generally on that high difficulty I die after 10 or 20 seconds maximum, because we have only one player that can destroy the boss by his own. He is a warrior and he is a great hero. He can stay alive super long, and so this is why we are on that difficulty, but everybody is dying within 20 seconds only. So my score will not be high in fact. So I can't really try my build on that boss, the mount, this is not gonna be super efficient. So guys, I feel a bit disappointed about that mount. I was expecting better from the skill for my Shadow Hunter class to have more crit rate and crit damage over time, but in most content I die within 10 or 15 seconds or even less than that. In PvP some battles last only 5, 6, 7 seconds, and so I can't take advantage of that skill in fact. And in a dungeon or a boss fight, that one is giving to me 20% more attack for 5 seconds, and at the beginning I deal more damage and my clones deal more damage as well, and they last only for 5 seconds. So in fact, in my opinion, that mount is still better for the skill in many content. And having that mount is giving to you an extra 10% global attack forever on your account, so it's always gonna be better to acquire that mount first if you can afford it, because it's way more expensive, double the price. But if you can, I would recommend to go for that mount instead of the others. Today as well, we have the prayer rush event. I saved a ton of fruits, so it's gonna be the goal of another video, but if you wanna know my plans, for now, this is the first set, the one I'm using everywhere. I have a ton of combo and attack, and I wanna concentrate on the second set, having a ton of crit damage, mainly to see if there is a difference, and if the Pyrebreaker is gonna be better after that, with more crit damage on my stats. So guys, that was all for that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Ciao.